What is up, guys and gals? This is Narf from the MTG Madness, and today I am coming at you with a deck tech of Lyzolda Tiny leaders. So let's first take a look at my Tiny leader. It's Lyzolda the Blood Witch. One colorless, black and a red for a 3/1. I can pay 2 colorless and sacrifice a creature. Lyzolda Blood Witch deals 2 damage to target creature or player if that creature was red, and if that creature was black, I draw a card. Then let's start from the top. Nim Deathmantle, it's our only artifact. It is 2 colorless. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Intimidate, and it's a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4 colorless. If you do, return that card to the battlefield and attach Nim Deathmantle to it. Equipped for 4. So I really love that card. Especially because this deck, oh no it didn't, but it kind of has a zombie sub-theme. First creature is Bloodghast. Double black for 2/1 that can't block. It has haste as long as the opponent has 10 or less life. And landfall whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control. You may return Bloodghast from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh yeah, and I might have not been clear about this. My old version was kind of like an aggro deck using Lyzolda as a finisher. But this deck is all based around sacking your creatures either with Lyzolda or their own abilities and then bringing them back to your hand to play them and then sack them again and bring them back. So it's really, it seems really fun. Yeah, it is. It's really fun to play. Oh yeah, and on MTG Vault. Recommend this. My next card is Bloodsoaked Champion. It's 2/1 that can't block for 1 black. I can raid 1 colorless and 1 black. I can return it from the battlefield. From the graveyard to the battlefield. Only if I attacked the creature this turn. Cadaver Imp, double black and a colorless for a 1/1 flying. When Cadaver Imp enters the battlefield, I may return target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. So that could mean bringing back a Goblin Guide or bringing back a Fulminator Mage. Next card, Dark Confidant. This is just for the card draw. 1 black, 1 red, 1 colorless for a 2/1 human wizard. Beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life equal to its converted mana cost. Luckily, because this is Tiny Leaders, we start with 25 life. And there's no cards over 3 CMC or converted mana cost. So I won't be taking huge hits from that. Next card is one of my few 3-drops, but it's very powerful. Fulminator Mage. 1 black, 1 colorless, 2 hybrid black and red. For 2/2, I can sacrifice it to destroy target non-basic land. Yep. Just destroys. It's so fun. And my mana fixing is quite good, so this card, I can easily get this. It's triple black, that's what I'm talking about. For 3/2, it enters the battlefield tapped. When it does enter the battlefield, target opponent loses 2 life and Undying. So it returns to the battlefield with a 1/1 counter if it didn't already have a 1/1 counter, and that does trigger the life loss ability again. Goblin Guide is 1 red for 2/2 haste. Whenever a Goblin Guide attacks, defending player reveals the top card of his or her library. If it's a land card, that player puts it into his or her hand. This is Golgari Thug. 1 black, 1 colorless for a 1/1. When Golgari Thug is put into the graveyard from play, put our creature card in your graveyard on top of your library. It'll go into my hand next turn. And then Dredge 4. So as long as this is in my graveyard, I can instead mill myself for 4 and put this guy in my hand instead of drawing a card if he's in my graveyard. Kind of wish he was a zombie though. Seems like a zombie to me. Next are Gravecrawler, 1 black for a 2/1 that can't block. And I can play Gravecrawler as long as I control zombie, which actually are a bit more than you think, because Nim Deathmantle counts, and so does Bridge from Below, produces zombies, and Mutavault. Hellspark Elemental See the mana cost. 3-1, trample haste at the end of my turn, sacrifice it, unearth for its mana cost. Cathari Bomber. 1 colorless, a black, and a red for a 2/2 flying. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens into play and sacrifice Cathari Bomber. Unearth for 3 and a black and a red. Beep beep. Oh. Marilyn of the Morn Song. Double black, 1 colorless for 2/3 players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life. Searches his or her library for a card and puts it into his or her hand, and then shuffles his or her library. Dark Confidant goes around that, so that's extremely nice. Mog War Marshal. Probably one of my favorite targets. It's 1 red, 1 colorless for 1/1 echo for its mana cost. Whenever it enters the battlefield or dies, put a 1/1 red goblin creature token onto the battlefield. So I play him, don't pay the echo cost, returns to my hand. Nether Trader, double black for a 1/1 haste shadow. Whenever another creature is put into your graveyard from play, I may pay a black. If you do, I return it from my graveyard to play. Pack Rat, 1 black and 1 colorless for a star. Its power and toughness is each equal to the number of rats I control. Pay 2 colorless and a black, discard a card. Put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of it. And let's see, Skurzak High Priest, 1 colorless, 1 black for a 1/2 Morbid. I can tap it and tap 2 untapped creatures I control to put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. I can only do that if a creature died this turn. So I have that in 2 other creatures out. Let's say I kill a creature or I sack a creature, still have 2 others, and then I tap that guy and those 2 others, I get a 5/5 demon. It's pretty crazy, and it has flying. Timerit, the Murder King. He was my old tiny leader, and then I found Lyzolda, but pay a red and colorless, I could sack a creature, deals 2 damage to target player. Pay a black and a colorless, sacrifice another creature, and then I return them to my hand from the graveyard. Then I'm just going to cut this video for this part after this last creature. Vexing Devil is 1 red for a 4/3. Whenever Vexing Devil enters the battlefield, any opponent may have it deal 4 damage to him or her. If they do, sacrifice Vexing Devil. Also one of my favorite targets to bring back, because then I play him again, I take 4 damage, play him, and then opponent takes 4 damage. So yeah, I'm going to cut it for this video, and I'm going to split this video into 3 parts. The second part will be devoted to these other spells in the mana base, and the third part will be showing you some hands and some smooth weight plays. See ya!